It's known as Bike City, USA. Family-friendly, great cuisine, hoppin' beer, utterly delicious ice cream, Irish bangers, mash, and more. Let's take a spin. Davis, California. Come on, let's dine out along the road. That's so good. Every town, every city has its hot spots and hidden gems. Join us as we travel the back roads and the main highways, sharing the untold stories behind the food, drink, culture, and notable people that make up these unique treasures. Come on, let's dine out along the road. Since 1989, Sudwerk Brewing Company has focused on making German-style West Coast craft lagers. Intimate, welcoming, family and dog-friendly, the dock at Sudwerk offers an authentic brewery experience to locals and tourists alike. So driving throughout the city, you see these cool trellises.
Yeah.
We had no idea what it was. Now we know.
Yeah, the hops growing is being revived around here, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And you get a glimpse of it coming into Davis. And then we've also worked with a local farmer out Pewter Creek out in Winters, and then they've also planted some here. And so we try to bring back a local varietal from the area as a cascade, kind of crossbred with another varietal, and it's kind of one that can grow here. So hops are, they kind of like wine grapes. They like it hot during the day, cooler at night, longer days typically.
Right.
And so a lot of hops were grown here pre-Prohibition, and then kind of went away, and then wine grapes came in and became more popular. But now with craft beer coming back, everyone's trying to grow more hops. First one here is our California Hoppy Lager. It's just a real easy drinking lager. Try to give you that IPA hop aroma up front, real easy drinking, crisp finish there, like a lager. And yeah, you're kind of everyday hoppy drinking beer.
Yeah,
right there.
Good. We're in the colors. That's delicious. You know what I love about your brewing company is you got your soul in Germany, and you got your chemistry right here at UC Davis, and that combination is making a really great beer, man.
It is. Beer is tough. You know, it's a balance of art and science, like you said, and be able to do something good once is an art form, but be able to keep doing it is a science.
Very cool. Very cool. We got a couple more here.
Yeah,
we want
do a few more
jump
here.
in on. Yeah.
Pilsner, real easy drinking. We use just one malt here, a Pilsner malt, mainly from Germany. It's a Fireman malt, one of the lightest malts. It's floor malted. Then it's balanced with some German noble hops, real light, crisp finish there. It's one of those that is kind of like a little more traditional beer flavor, easy drinking. This is kind of a little more of your West Coast style. This is a little more your European style.
Delicious little sippy beer with some buddies hanging out. You know what I love about all these beers? You know, I mean, there's just, it's not over hoppy, man. It's not just over the top hoppy. You know, the flavors come through, but they're just really, there's no bitterness to it. They're really delicious. The colors are amazing. This is really good beer.
Well said, well said. And that's really, it's a true compliment there, because that's what we're trying to achieve. That's the tough part, is really having you be able to enjoy your beer from not just a couple sips, but really a couple glasses, and over, you know, a long conversation and a long, you know, event or whatnot, and really compliment what you're doing.
Excellent. Yeah, what about this one here?
The next one here. And when we got involved about 5 or 6 years ago, we really tried to go back to our original recipes. Our Meriton was our flagship right here. Amber lager is just real easy drinking amber, and uses German malts that are roasted a little bit more than your pale malts. You get a little more caramel-like flavors out of it.
Color. That's gorgeous. Yeah.
But it's gonna be a little bit lighter than your typical amber ale. You get a little bit crisper finish to it. You have some German noble hops that balance that bitterness. So it's really a balance between the sweet and the bitter that really allow it to be drank, you know, sip after sip, glass after glass.
I love this beer.
Yeah, real easy to drink.
I freaking love this beer, you know, and you talk about the flavor and the color, but that crispy finish is what separates this beer from a lot of beers I've had.
One more, I got a Big Dipple here. So this is our 9% double IPL. So this is kind of our take on a big double IPA. It's uses a bunch of Galaxy hops from Australia. Galaxy hops are kind of the king of hops, has more hop oil content, drives a lot more aroma than most other hops. You get a little more tropical fruit note out of these than you can do out of that citrus and pine from the West Coast hops. And we lager this for a little bit longer, really smooths out that 9%.
Yeah, this is amazing, man. Okay, I love beer, but I love this beer. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I just want to sneak up on you. You drink a couple bottles of that, 9%, and you get a little wobbly. So
It's great, man. I don't know whether you call it Sudwerk or Sudwerk. It all works,
both are
man.
right, yeah.
It all works. It all
I'm gonna
works.
steal that from you.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, man. Thank you. Continuing a 15-year tradition, Davis Creamery owners Joe and Jen Schmidt produce more than 30 original flavors of ice cream and sorbet using premium, locally sourced ingredients. So this is your...
Avocado coconut.
Oh, gosh.
Which sounds a little odd, but it's made with fresh avocados and coconut extract.
That is so good. That is really, really good. Avocado and coconuts. And it's good for you.
Yes,
Super healthy.
It is. As healthy as ice cream can get. There's your coffee Oreo.
This is the one you like.
Yes, this is my favorite.
Wow. So uniquely different. Tasty ice cream at the very beginning. In the back, that great coffee flavor.
It is
That
fantastic.
is delicious.
And I'm gonna have you try one more that's actually really unique to our store. It's Thai tea. And we got the idea since we're right next door to Thai Canteen, a Thai restaurant. So we pretty much just tried to mimic the taste of that, and we use actual Thai tea leaves.
It does. It tastes exactly like Thai tea.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty great.
That's really delicious. What kind of ice cream are we gonna make?
So we are making black tea with shortbread cookies. You're gonna take one of these.
Okay.
And I would say maybe, you know, do half of that, a little bit more than half.
In here?
And you're gonna mix it with your left hand and make
Okay.
sure everything is...
Okay, as sort of a synchronized effort here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I can really feel the ice cream texture firming up.
Oh yeah, you'll
Wow.
notice.
Look at that creamy smoothiness of that. Looks delicious.
It's kind of like a race against the clock because you don't want it to be unevenly dispersed.
Yeah. I feel like Lucille Ball in the chocolate episode. Racing against time here.
All right, okay, and then we have one last one, and that's
Okay.
just a little more.
Wow.
Oh well.
Oops. Can't
Well,
have that go to
nice
waste.
catch. You better eat it. So you'll notice that it tastes different, right? It's like a little
That's
bit
delicious.
less. You can.
That is so good. Creamy, melts in your mouth.
Right.
That is delicious.
We both grew up in family businesses. My dad was a farmer. Her dad was in a successful printing business in the Bay Area. So we've always had this aspiration to do something in a business setting. So what's not more fun than doing ice cream?
Yeah.
You know, it's a great environment for interfacing with customers. Who isn't happy when they come into an ice cream shop?
Jen, where do you get your inspiration and passion from for your ice creams? Because there's so many distinctly different flavors in there.
Well, it comes from a lot of different places. One of them is our bracketology, which is our ice cream competition that we have that customers come up with ideas. Or we have a recipe that I've liked, that we've had, but I'm like, I want to do something a little different to it. I want to add a little bit different. So, you know, you have a peach recipe, like a fresh peach, and we're like, well, why don't we add cobbler to it? And now we make a peach cobbler.
I give a lot of credit to our employees because, you know, I don't see the joy, I don't see the passion. And a lot of times when you go into a restaurant or a food service thing, and, you know, we have some amazing employees. And so I think that's a huge part of our success. You can have a great product, but until you have the great service, the great store experience, you don't have a higher good to, you know, spread that happiness and love, right?
Yeah.
So it's that combination of all three things that I think makes us special.
The U.S. Bicycling Hall of Fame, located in downtown Davis's Central Park, displays a vast array of bicycles, photographs, and awards from 3 centuries of American cycling.
Davis is considered the most bicycle-friendly city in the country by far. It was the first city in the United States to be so honored by the League of American Bicyclists back in 2005. And as bicycling became popular and the university was growing back in the 1950s and 60s, a professor at the university came up with a concept that he'd seen in Europe of this odd thing called a bike lane. You know, a striped section of the roadway for cyclists. And he brought that concept to the city council, and by 1967, Davis installed the first bike lanes on any city streets anywhere in the United States.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna get this wheel spinning.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand it to you, and you're gonna hold it like this in front of you.
Okay.
And then you'll lean it, and you'll see what happens.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. I'm scared.
Hold it in front of you straight. Now lean it left or right. Try the other way. There you go.
Oh, wow.
It makes you turn.
Wow, it's like a fulcrum or something. Oh, that's cool.
With a 10-year-old on there, it goes a little faster.
Yeah, when you're 400 pounds, it's harder. Can you pedal it?
That's the idea. I mean, it's yeah, if you try, yeah, you can. That's the whole concept.
I get my leg up here. Give you a couple turns there.
Whoa. Yeah, you just be careful. See that one foot is.
Whoa.
He's not the best of health right now.
Yeah.
The key is to have a lot of space in front of you.
Yeah.
I would point it the other direction, to your right, like that, straight ahead there. Get your, you put your left foot on the step.
Yep.
You put your hands on the handlebar.
Balance.
Here's what you're gonna do. Once you get it, you put your right foot on the other side of the little wheel.
Yep.
Okay. Left foot on the step. Now, just kick along. Don't try to ride it yet. You can just, whoa, okay, whoa, okay. If you feel comfortable. Oh, good. I don't. Yeah, there you go. Good job.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Okay. How do I get off? De Vere's Irish Pub offers their own twist on traditional pub fare, all served up in an authentic, family-friendly environment. They also feature one of the area's largest whiskey collections and sponsor weekly Whiskey Society events, providing a gathering place for all to enjoy. De Vere's delivers Irish hospitality at its best. You're on a mission to remind people that this is a different Irish pub experience than what all of us are indoctrinated with, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of what we call American Irish pubs, you know,
Yeah.
the Blarney Stone, and where you kind of go and you're not there to eat the food, you're there just to kind of drink, and a lot of people kind of associate those pubs as being a bar, whereas a true Irish pub is kind of a place where the whole family can go. You know, it's where you bring your kids grow up in the pubs. It's like a coffee shop in America, where you come to go, you meet people, you have a good conversation, banter, you drink some beers, you have some good food, kids kind of play and hang out, and you know, it's a place for the whole family to kind of gather.
They're making some really great food. I mean, the traditional Irish stews and, you know, the soda bread. I mean, it's outstanding. How much of your influence is in there making sure it stays true to that cuisine?
Well, I mean, Chef West does a great job, and I mean, there are definitely some staples that we have. You know, your shepherd's pie, your bangers and mash, your fish and chips. Obviously, the brown bread. You know, we bake it in house every day. And the food element is really important to your experience here at De Vere's and at any pub.
Well, you've done a great job creating distinction and uniqueness, because I've never seen anything quite like this. This is really, really cool.
It's fun, you know, and again, like, there's that difference between, you know, the American Irish pub and really kind of traditional Irish pub, and if you do it right, you know, it's a fun place for the whole family to come.
You look around and just a little bit of everybody in a college town, right?
Yeah, so we of course have college students, which is really cool because the UC Davis students are very educated and they come in here wanting to learn more about whiskey and wanting to learn more about cocktails. So our bartenders kind of have a unique opportunity in a college town of getting to educate people.
Yeah, they're kind of driving a little bit about what you do in terms of, you know, experimentation, creation, right back behind the mixologist. And
then of course we have regulars of people who live in Davis who come in here, and I mean they've been coming ever since I started here when I was 18.
This This is like as traditional as it gets right here. Bangers and mash, Irish stew, some soda bread. Where do you get your inspiration for your recipes and cuisine? You've got a great palette to work with here in Yolo County, right? With all these great purveyors.
We do, and so a lot of it is you know, banger and mash. So it's traditional. You're gonna find it in every pub. Most of the time, it's just gonna be mashed potatoes. It's gonna be a sausage and like a red wine gravy. So with ours, I mean, living here in Yolo County, so close to all these farms, it's pretty cool having all this produce, especially in summertime, readily available. So we'll throw a seasonal vegetable on there, you know, with local squash and cherry tomatoes.
That's delicious. This is outstanding. It's really fresh. It's hearty, but it's not super heavy. That's good stuff. Really
Awesome.
good.
Appreciate that.
I love that. You know, nothing more traditional than Irish stew and Irish bread, right?
Right. You know, our inspiration for like the stew there is to try to, the same thing, is try to keep things as fresh as possible. So we make our own beef stock in-house. We use 100% grass-fed bones from Richard's Ranch, which is just northeast of here.
This is delicious. You could eat this all day, every day. Just hearty, really fulfilling, just really fresh. And you see how these fresh vegetables and, you know, farm-to-table kind of ingredients are really working here. This is good stuff. What's the most you know, interesting part about what you do every day?
What's cool about this is that the Irish pub, it's all about family, right? I mean, so it's a cool place to work. It's a place where people come to gather and hang out, get a Guinness, have a banger as a mash, and sit here for a while. Sit off in the corner, hang out, have conversation, and just be a part of something. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
You got one of the world's greatest beers, iconically Guinness. I mean, do you think about pairing that beer with some of your recipes and bringing that together to create a different experience?
I think this beer works well with all of our recipes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. I think it works well with anything, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Guinness goes with it all.
Yeah, delicious to Arthur Guinness, right?
Absolutely.
Osteria Fasulo lives up to its name as a family-owned restaurant, presenting contemporary and classic Northern Italian cuisine in a warm, intimate atmosphere. Their menu is inspired by old family recipes, prepared with locally sourced herbs and vegetables, some grown right in their own property in the community garden. You know what I love about your cuisine? It's Northern Italian cuisine. Yeah. It's a lot different than Southern Italian, right?
Definitely.
You're not as dependent on olive oil and the big pastas. What inspires your cuisine here?
A lot of it comes from how I grew up. So like my dad was a stay-at-home dad, and he always cooked for us at home. And I didn't realize until I started cooking that this was what I grew up on. And then I realized the differences later on as I started studying Italian food and realizing that I was more heavy based on cream and butter. And, you know, I'd have a risotto Milanese just for dinner when I was a kid. And that wasn't something that was normal at the time, you know.
This gnocchi, by the way, is ridiculously awesome. That is so
Thank you,
good,
man. Thank you.
That is just so fresh. And you made that just a few moments ago.
Just made it this morning.
That is so delicious. I can't even tell you. I mean, it's like one of those things you have to stop for a moment and just enjoy it going down your mouth, because that is fantastic. Matteo, what would you pair with this?
So this one, we're actually going to go to Piemonte with this wine. So this is Ruque. It's a very small produced varietal. It's from the Piemonte region, and you're going to find that it's. You'll see. You're going to taste it. Let me know what you think.
Wow, that's fantastic. The nose on that is so fruity. It's fruit forward, little tannins on the back end, but delicious. That is, you could do that all day.
All day, yeah.
You could do that all day. We may do this all day. This is really good.
Might just have to.
Yeah, really good. I'm afraid to ask you how you made this, because I don't want anybody to copy this recipe, because this is ridiculously good. Yeah. This is really, really delicious.
So that's a veal chop, pan-seared, with also pan-seared foie gras, and a tartufata butter. So it's a truffle ragu with mushrooms, and a bed of arugula, and white truffle oil. Yeah,
the oil, the truffles, the butter. This is perfectly cooked. I mean, I love veal. It's one of my favorite things.
Definitely.
That is that's a spiritual taste. Yeah. That is so good, delicious. Matteo, what are you going to bring bold to that?
This is my father's favorite wine. This is Amarone. So this is it's a very bold wine, very full-bodied. You get a lot of good fruits from it. It should go, you know, this feels your favorite. This is my dad's favorite wine. So.
Perfect. This is the way I like it. Spicy finish, little tannins on the back end, smooth delivery. That's really, really good. This is one of my favorite things I've eaten this year. This is really fantastic.
Awesome.
Really
Cool.
good.
Here, this is what kind of flavor they admit.
Wow.
You can tell a tomato is a fruit and not a vegetable when you eat it warm from the sun off of the vine. Tastes like
It's
fruit.
sweet.
It's like a, yeah, it's
so
way
sweet. That is delicious.
Isn't that incredible?
Wow. You got corn out here?
We do. Plenty of corn. We got leeks. We got every type of herb you could imagine. I mean, it's just a beautiful place to be around.
Yeah. Does this inspire you?
Absolutely.
Very cool.
It's like every day is a new riddle. It's something new that's fun to do. It's like, what are we doing today? Let's go find out what we're doing today. These are our vineyards right here.
Yeah.
You want to cut a piece?
Sure. So how would you cut the grapes? It's once again
Right
at
at the node.
Right at the node. Yeah.
There it is.
Look at this little bounty.
A little basket,
little bounty
yeah.
of freshness. That looks.
I mean, seriously. You can already taste how the wine's going to be if you think about it.
Right?
Isn't that incredible?
I know, right?
So
That is so
beautiful.
delicious. That
Oh,
is
here, let's
beautiful.
get that one. That one has to go.
Yeah, it's calling you.
Yep, that one I saw. Had to come.
Oh, wow. There's a little bit of a different color here.
It's ridiculous.
That's incredible.
It's like cheating.
Oh, my God.
No, seriously, that's what cracks me up, too, about food all the time, is that if you use the freshest and the best ingredients, it makes my job look so easy.
Yeah.
Well, they always say that the difference between a good cook and a good chef is a good cook will give you a great meal. A good chef will give you a great memory.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to practice.